All right, mates, welcome back to the channel. Monday, Wade Ruck Monday. You know what that means? It means Wade Rucking going down this afternoon. That's right, for all you who don't know what Wade Rucking is rucking while you're wade fishing with a 30-pound or 60-pound plate. And backpack works better for wade fishing than if you were in your tactical, but just saying. So if anyone's interested in learning more about that, stay tuned. We got some great footage coming up. And we've got now about a dozen mates. So we're going to, in the wade fishing, side of things here in the DMV. So we're going to, hopefully we'll get a little bit more. Hope we can get up to then. We'll get some tournaments going, and all that from the wade guys. Okay. So just, again, growing the fishing community, right? Take somebody fishing. It'll change their life. But it's Monday. So we're also going to be talking about KFL, baby. KFL. I'm like a junkyard dog about the KFL. The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it, man. That's what we talk about because that's just the reality of it all. And anyone who's taking all that stuff too serious, mental health matters, baby. Mental health matters, okay? Don't get twisted, okay? It's all fun. It's all good. I had some people mention to me about something I have not covered all season long in the KFL. And I'm going to be honest about it right now. The reason why I have not covered the spreads, okay, I have not covered any of that stuff with the KFL, because frankly, I don't know what the hell that is coming from. Okay, so again, these are people who know me with fantasy football and known to put a bet down or two, okay, on a lot of things. Sorry, I can't help you. I have no, if I don't know, I mean, it's worse than Vegas. I mean, if I don't know, like, how some of these spreads are being determined and what the formula is, what's being used, it's kind of hard to bet the over-under on a team winning or losing. I mean, it's not like betting on the O's or betting on the Nats because damn sure know they're going to lose. Or DC United, they're going to lose. So I can't really help you. I'm not your guy for that. I'm sure there's somebody out there who's, wrecking it. I know, like Jason Denise wrecking it on fantasy KFL, I think. So gotta talk to those guys because I cannot help you. Sorry. We're talking power rankings. Okay, power rankings that I can help you because it's pretty much defined overall record, divisional record, head to head, and then your points differential is what's going to determine whether or not you get in the playoffs or not. That's it. If any changes get made to that formula, red flag, okay? Because that's what everybody's been playing for all season long, okay? Now, there already is, in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, and I am a schmuck on YouTube, okay? Like everybody else, in my opinion, does not matter, and I do not take myself that serious to think that anyone needs to listen to me, okay? So I don't know where all that comes from and all that noise from people who, want to shut me up or threaten and all that mess, man. Mental health matters. Take care of it. Don't get twisted. Is natural diamond whatever anglers, I think it was Diamond State Natural, whatever it was originally, became the Natural State Eagles in Arkansas. That team deserves an asterisk next to their name. Okay, I'm just keeping it real because they're on a run here. They've won 3 games in a row, if I'm not mistaken. But one of their wins is actually a Bandit win because the Bandits are the team that got banned. Okay. I believe unjustly. I believe without the basic fact of rules or any of that. Just my opinion until somebody shows me different. I've read all the rules. I've had all the rules provided me and the players' rules, things that were sent to the teams, things that I had. So unless there's something else out there, I don't really think that was kosher. That's just my deal. That's my shtick. Sorry, I'm sticking to it. But if you can prove me wrong, prove me wrong. If you can show me something that validates that whole decision-making process, I'm on board with it. I'll do a video. I'll cover it. I'll explain it to the audience. I will walk everybody through. Good. Wipe your hands of it. Fine. But until that happens, I'm putting an asterisk next to that team. Okay? Because they have points and they have a win that they didn't earn. Okay? That's just the truth. Okay? So if you're going through this and you're looking at this team could make the playoffs. So the arguments that were made against the Bandits, okay, about quitting, never bought that. Those guys are sticks and hammers in Texas. And anybody who knows those guys personally that I've talked to since mid-July vouches for all those guys. Those guys are not quitters. That's not in their DNA. Okay? So I never bought that because that's just not what those guys are about. You've got champions. I think you've got KBBT champions. You've got KBF champions. You've got people that have won significant amounts of money. You've got people that have won KBF challenge events from Texas. You got a lot of people who take this stuff pretty serious to just up and quit, okay? And throw in the towel was how I think it was characterized. Because look, they easily could have had a run at the playoffs, right? I mean, that's just the truth of what we're looking at here. Okay? Natural State Eagles are 4-3. Okay, they're only one game behind Arkansas. Arkansas plays the Indianapolis Knights on September 3rd. Okay? Arkansas loses that game, mates. They're 5-3. Natural State wins, they're 5-3. Natural State beat Arkansas. Kick their ass. Okay? So, head-to-head, Natural State wins the division. So all this talk about how the Bandits had no legitimate shot at the playoffs is now completely debunked. Okay? Because all Lone Star had to do was win 3 games in a row. Now, whether or not you believe they could have done that or not, I don't know. I believe they had the talent. So I'm just saying, I have no idea who the Natural State Eagles, this is no slap on them. I don't know those guys. I don't believe I know a single one of their anglers. But I warned everybody weeks ago, this could happen. This could happen to people in the South. Like, you've got a team that's getting dropped on you that you don't know who the anglers are. You don't know the bodies of water you're going to have to fish. And the Arkansas Hogs, from what I understand, they knew that lake. So they just didn't go out and get it done. And like someone said to me late Sunday night, karma. Because I'm busy, okay? Believe it or not, I know people think that maybe the KFL is the only thing I think about. It ain't, okay? Busy, but I got tons of messages that were like, man, karma. And I was like, karma? Like, all the people talking smack lost, okay? There you go. Karma's real. Karma's real, man. I'm just saying. But it's just fun karma, okay? So you got to be careful how much smack you talk. Okay, you got to be careful. Because, man, sometimes fishing just come back to bite you in the ass. The fishing gods, man, who knows what's going on in their heads, right? So Natural State could win the Southwest. I'm just saying, but they got an asterisk next to their name. I mean, they won their games, the 3 games that they've been in so far, so kudos to them. Props to them. I mean, I hope they win the division, to be honest with you, at this point, because it would be great to see. It's a great story for content. But as far as the power rankings go, again, I've said this how many weeks now? Coosa Kingfishers. Still number 1, Todd. I have no idea what metrics you're using, bud. I love you, brother, but I have no idea how you had Arkansas ranked ahead of them. Because Arkansas just laid, 38 inches on the board, 39 inches on the board. Okay. Coosa, 1 loss, had a loss on the road. Okay. But, man, you don't want to play Coosa at home. I mean, they've been the best team all year long in the KFL, with Granite State, I believe, coming right up behind them. Now, what's interesting about Granite State, and this is an interesting dynamic that people are not talking about. Well, at least I will say this. They're not talking about it publicly. People are talking a lot about it privately. Because, man, there's a lot of disparity happening in these schedules. I mean, Granite State's going to play Bay State and it's going to play Maine. And then they're kind of off a week because they didn't play this last weekend. So they have 2 games left, right, in their division. Now, if you look at that, if you look at what Granite State has done, they're 5-1 right now. 4-1 in their division. Add 2 games to that. That's 7 games. They've played 7 games in their division. And then you go down, and people will say, oh, well, they got 1 extra team in their division. Well, okay, fair enough. I mean, make that argument. But there are other teams that have not played that many divisional games, okay, in like-sized divisions. And then you work your way down into other divisions, and you're like, they're teams that have only played 4 games in their division. They have not played every team in their division twice. So the power rankings thing, when you put it in that perspective, it really begins to kind of waffle a bit. Like, really? Do we really have a balanced thing here? If you're not playing a home and away match against everybody in your division, then you're going to run into some serious issues with some people getting twisted, okay? Because it doesn't really, if you only played 4 games in your division, why are you playing a team outside of your division twice? Like, someone needs to explain that to me and to people, just fans that are watching. Like, and here's the other thing: Kuza number 1, Granite State number 2, Arkansas is still hanging around in the 3 spot even after that loss, just because they got 5 wins, guys. I mean, they're 5-2. Indianapolis is sliding up. Indianapolis is the sleeper. They are the sleeper. Okay, right now they're above Motor City. They split head-to-head with Motor City, but they narrowly have Motor City on points differential. They also have 1 more win in the division. They've played 6 games in their division. Again, they've played 6 games in their division, mates. Motor City's only played 4, and now they're playing Washington. So this is my thing. Anyone out there who's going to do a team format, team concept, let me tell you what fans want to see, okay? Because I'm just a fan. Is fans want to see divisional games on the final game of the season, because that inevitably is what matters. Entry into the playoffs, right? Head-to-head matches within the division. Why Washington is going on the road to Motor City, I have no idea. If I was Motor City, I'd be like, well, okay, say we get the win, we go to 6-2, we're still 3-1 in the division. Right? That doesn't help you. Like, in the next level, Indianapolis is playing Arkansas. That's outside the division. But Indianapolis has played 6 games in the division. Motor City's only played 4. Okay? So Indianapolis kind of has the edge because the schedule benefited them. They've played more games in the division. Remember, overall record, divisional record is next. Before head-to-head, and those guys have split head-to-head. So that's why I'm saying Indianapolis, regardless, is going to be the sleeper if they get it done, okay? And they get another victory and go to 6-2, 4-2 overall, they win the division. So they're in the 4 spot, okay? And so you want to look at that in terms of realistically the alignment. Now, I know there's 13 teams in the North and 15 teams in the South. I think next year, my opinion, I've not released the video yet because of all the stuff that's been happening, okay? Had a video locked and loaded on about 6 or 7 things that the schmuck on YouTube, the ass clown on YouTube from their perspective, the guy who posts 5 times a day, whatever. It's funny. 6 or 7 things that the KFL could do from a fan's perspective to make the league better. I have not loaded that and dropped that on YouTube yet because of other developments that have happened regarding the Texas team, regarding their announcement, regarding some things that may happen. So I'm waiting for all of that to work itself out. It may be till the end of the season before they actually do work anything out with the Lone Star Bandits. I'm also waiting to see what the reaction of the league is if the Natural State Eagles actually win the division, get in the playoffs, and then retrospectively people come back and change a little bit of the yarn on allowing them to have the Bandits win. Because that's a big deal. That's a big thing. They didn't earn that win. They did not. It was given to them. It was gifted to them. Okay? And so I know there are a lot of cool people that are going to just accept it, but there are also a lot of people that are going to make noise. And they may make that noise behind the scenes and not do it publicly, but trust me, they'll send messages, okay, of things that they don't think is right, and things that they don't think is on the up and up, and things that they think is shady, and because that's always what happens. So I've waited to release that video. It's just my opinion, okay? It is just op-ed, okay? They could take it for what it's worth, okay? But part of this video for power rankings is also like a ways to like make it clear, like the KFL never made it, and this is not a knock on Todd, but KFL really never made it clear as to how they determined their actual power ranking. When they came out with the power rankings after I started just having fun with it, I think Lance came out with an awesome RPI. That stuff's great. I dig that stuff. That stuff's awesome for individual players and all of that stuff factored into it, and all the catches and all that stuff. That stuff's just good stuff. So check that out. They actually should have that on their website, I think. It's that good. But they've never really determined what the power rankings are. And when you watch the show this last week, it was kind of like, dude, where are you pulling this stuff? What does it matter who plays next? What does it matter who they play in 2 weeks with a power ranking that is not forward-looking? It's rear view. It's based on past performance is how you get ranked. It's not a preseason poll, okay? I mean, everything's fluid, yes, but you got, come on. Okay, we got to fix that. You got to put it out there. These are the parameters of the power rankings. We're sticking it to it, and we're plugging it in. But when you can't really be part of the league, be involved, be a player, be an owner, and actually be putting out something that's, subjective but not subjective, right? And so you've got a boatload of teams, 4-3. So PA 4-3, New York Empire 4-3, batting it out in that. Washington 4-3, Reapers 4-3. I don't know how that's going to shape up, but I know the Reapers have played more divisional games, and that may benefit them if Motor City beats Washington. Okay, I mean, absolutely, that could be the nail in the coffin. Warhawks are 4-3, 3-1 in the division. They've only played 4 divisional games all season long. Reapers are 4-3, but they have a 4-2. Okay? So for me, they've got one more win. And they've got one more loss, but they got one more win. So I don't know whether there's some fine print there. And they played 6 games. And so it begs the question. Why do the Warhawks only play 4 games? Carolina Castors, 6 games. Norfolk Privateers, 6 games. Okay? So I don't know what's up with that. Okay, so they got to figure that out. I can't help you because I don't know what the rules are. The rules are, trust me, this season, who knows what rules are being followed. There's files of rules, then there's other rules on the website, and then there's actual other rules we're learning through the Lone Star Bandit situation that they didn't even know they had. Okay, so I don't know how that all works out. But it's just interesting that when you look at that, like some of these teams have played 2 more divisional games. So that is a huge thing. I think it benefits them because remember, it's overall record and divisional record before you get to head-to-head. So it's like, hey man, they worked it out on their schedule and they won 4 games within their division. That's going to benefit them. And I think they should be rewarded for it. Like if they win 1 more game in the division than someone else, I think that's something you need to look at. So you've got Southern Slayers at 4-3, then the Eagles at 4-3, and then Palmetto. The Punishers are making a run, okay? And so that's going to be interesting. All right, they're 4-3. Slayers 4-3. Palmetto's 3-3 in the division, 4-2 as the Slayers overall. Coosa is still 4-0 in the division. So they got that locked up in terms of that divisional component and the overall record. I think they're obviously a lock regardless for the playoffs. It's just a matter of what the seeding is going to be. And I think they're going to be the number 1 seed. But things could shake out here in the final game. That Granite State Bay State is kind of huge in a sense because Bay State is 3-3. They would go to 4-3, 4-2 in the division, and Granite State would go to 4-2 in the division and 5-2 overall. Rhode Island and Massachusetts are all in there. One of those teams is going to make the playoffs. So it's other than the divisional winner, in my opinion. And then the Empire below it are 4-3. Doom's 3-4. They're playing. I think they have one more match. They're 7 games. Yeah, I think their next match. Check that out. I thought they were playing Washington as well. I don't know. That's kind of weird. I have to check that out. Connecticut 7 games. And so that's how that works out. From the power rankings. So Coosa, Granite State, watch them 2 games coming up pretty quick back to back. Arkansas, Indianapolis, and then you just got everybody locked and loaded down there at 4-3 to figure that all out. Really for playoffs, because that's what really we're talking about now. Now the power rankings kind of fall off, and it's all about playoff seeding. Now, other news to break: kayak team tournament news. Okay, if you haven't followed this, so you probably figured out right now. KBF is creating an ambassador type team concept. They're also creating a team element component to the kayak bass fishing family of tournaments. What you may not also know is there's going to be a fall kayak trail into the winter in Florida, which is in the off season of the KFL, so they won't be competing head to head. Kayak Anglers of Florida. What you may not have heard is there's probably news going to break here about a Texas kayak bass fishing circuit series in Texas to go big time coming up in the next year. All right, mates, that's it for the power rankings. Hey, like, comment, subscribe, comment, send me a message. Let me know you got news that needs to get broken. Hit me up. You know I'll get back to you. All right, mates.